Look who got a brand new coffee maker. One that turns off on its own. And today we'll be enjoying our coffee from that coffee maker. Girls, we're gonna stay inside the house today. It's wet, nasty outside, okay? I know you wanna go out and do your thing, and you're welcome to go out there, but we're gonna stay inside and have our coffee here, okay? Sweetie, get down. All right. Oh my goodness gracious. Lord Lester. Okay. And Lady Jamie. That looks good. That looks real good. All right, babe, we have people in the green room. It's almost time. Oh no, that's a horrible time to get something in your eye.
It was horrible timing.
I'm going to actually hide that comment right there and back up to one that I kind of put a star beside. Did you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, but first.
Hold on. Okay, fine.
I'm sorry. This is the most important part of the whole day. I waited until this moment for this.
Cheers. From Lord Lester and Lady Jamie.
The nectar of the gods right there.
Now let me find that comment because that would be a really fun talking point.
I don't think that anyone understands how hard it is to wait until 9:30. And when it gets to 9:31, then 9:32 because Lester's intro takes forever. And I'm over here like I'm holding the coffee and it's staring at me and it's wafting in my face. I've already done hours of work this morning.
Okay, so you're going to pretend like your morning was rougher and more difficult than mine was.
No, I just am telling you I'm just ready for coffee.
It's only 9:30 our time, and it has been a crazy, crazy morning. But I will talk about my morning later. Let's talk about this question of the day right here.
Okay.
Linda Hardy says, Lester, I know you're watching in the green room. And yes, ma'am, I have been for the last 15 minutes. Also staring at my coffee and refusing to take a drink until Jamie's ready to do our morning toast.
Did you just push that back to me?
So here's the question of the day.
This is like angled up.
What is your favorite Christmas song? And that's a good one.
What is your favorite Christmas song?
Well, you know, the thing is, I will walk around and hum or try to sing all of them, but because I am known to stir the pot, I'm going to say my favorite Christmas song of all time, and one that I sing even louder today than I ever have before, is Baby It's Cold Outside.
I love that song. I love that song.
You know why I say that's kind of stirring the pot with a lot of the woke community, right?
I know.
If you guys don't know this, and this is where I just do my eyes like you girls do. It's kind of like there was a push a couple of years back to have that song removed from all of the radio stations and not have it played ever again because of how, and you guys know what I'm talking about.
I'm reading about all the songs and now I'm like, oh wait, that kind of is my favorite Christmas song. Oh wait, I love that one. Now it's ruined it for me.
Oh no, now you can't really think, of your favorite.
Well, hold on, because like there's ones for certain moods. Like for whatever reason, I cry at the Little Drummer Boy all the time. Like it's like the beat of that drum in the beginning, like, and then you don't know this, but my grandma sent me, or my mom sent me a video of my grandma playing piano yesterday that made me like ugly cry.
I saw that on your page.
And then I do love, Elvis's Blue Christmas, hard to beat.
What child is this who lays to rest?
Like Rock Candy Christmas.
No, I love all of the ones that just draw out emotion. I love the emotional Christmas songs. And What Child Is This? I don't know the real name of it, but The Drummer Boy. You're right. Those are some really good Christmas songs. And I'm not really into the whole, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's not really my thing.
You don't like Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer?
No, none of those are my. those are not really my style of
I
Christmas
do love
songs.
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree though. Like that one, for whatever. Like I guess a lot of them strike like nostalgic nerves for me. So like Rocking Around the Christmas Tree brings me back to Home Alone, that movie. You remember that part?
Yeah, for sure.
And then, there's a lot that like do songs do that to you? Like certain songs bring you to a moment?
I have to be very careful how I answer this question because I know what you're going to do.
I'm not.
What's the moment? Who was she? What's her name?
No, I don't mean
how,
that.
how, and all of the things.
We were a music family growing up.
Okay.
So
we were not.
A lot of times music brings me back to like who got to choose the CD for the night, or who got to, whose tape got to be put in while we cleaned up the house or whatever, like that type of bring you back.
So my mom was, I don't want to use the wrong words here, but my mom went through a phase through the most of my childhood where she was quite the religious fanatic. And I will say fanatic because I kind of mean she was on one extreme of the religious spectrum, religious. And she swore that everything had backward masking. I may be saying that wrong. All of our songs that we were listening to had messages written into them from the devil. You don't know about this? Backward masking. Come on, y'all, help me out on this. What they called that?
No,
something.
We listened to music and we sang and we danced in our living room and in our kitchen, and that was from as little as I remember. So
there was something that I don't know, and I think that somebody, how sometimes people can okay, so we'll just call it a conspiracy theory, okay? I don't know if
subliminal messaging,
but supposedly your mind can hear things that you can't actually hear. So if you play these songs and I'm hungry like the wolves, what you're really hearing is kill children, kill children, kill children, kill children, or crazy things like that.
We didn't do that in my house.
Well, no, you couldn't hear it, but my mom swore that all of our music had these messages written into them. Can you find me a comment? I can't see a darn thing. It's going so fast. And with my glasses on, you see the glare of the, I know everyone. Yeah. In reality, nothing ever happened, but everyone always thought that
there's no one that's saying like they're naming songs that people used to claim that too.
Yeah. Highway to Heaven has one, says Roberta. So I don't know if that's true or not. I've never taken a song and played it backwards to listen, but there was a time, y'all, and I guess you're too young to know about this.
Yes, that only worked in Texas. Those only happened on Texas records, I guess.
But supposedly backwards, if you played a song backwards, it would tell you horrible, horrible things. And LSD, 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 or whatever the drug of choice was. I don't know. So yeah, we weren't really exposed to a lot of music. We had to, so the way some kids will sneak off with a dirty magazine or a cigarette, we had to sneak off with a boombox with Oreo Speedwagon. Yeah, we'd have to sneak off to my new Oreo Speedwagon. I'd be in my room like, I can't hide this feeling any longer. Trying to make sure that mom and dad did not hear. Yet I'm still afraid to carry on.
You live the footloose life.
What started off as friendship
Isn't that what
has
happened with
grown
them?
stronger. Turn the volume down. What do you mean? Oh, yes, I think that might have been Footloose, the movie.
They weren't allowed to dance.
Was about a church who just was like, you know what? Dancing is of the devil. And them kids start thrusting and gyrating. Oh, that's of the devil. That's of the devil. The devil gets into you to make you do all those kind of things. And the whole time, Ren before me, and you got to cut loose. Foot and does all of his things. And boy, that's when I learned. Last one I learned about preachers' daughters. Hey, tell everybody why I cannot find my words this morning.
Well, I drugged him.
Tell them how drugged up I am.
Hold on, we probably just got kicked off again.
There we go. Facebook is for sure.
Facebook is for sure kicking us out for that.
Facebook is looking at keywords.
Lester
LSD,
yeah,
backward masking,
devil,
drugged,
yeah,
the devil, gyrating. Oh no, they're out of here. They're out of here. They are not meant for the Facebook community. And in the meantime, hi, I'm Jim.
Lester's pulling a Gigi.
I find you very attractive.
Lester's pulling a Gigi, and he's professing that he's not sick, but
I will not profess it. I will not profess it. I will not profess it. If I profess it, the devil will make it come true.
So
I'm not sick.
Gave him a little Sudafed dose about 30 minutes ago.
She doubled me up on Sudafed.
I did. And then I gave him some Dayquil. Did you do the nasal spray or no?
And I did that too.
So I got him from every angle this morning.
And now I'm with coffee. So I am good to go.
Sudafed and coffee for Lester, everybody. It's going to be a great day.
Anywho, it is going to be a great day. But listen, my morning started off horrible, just horrible. And I feel so bad because somewhere, well, actually, it was an early Christmas for some farmer somewhere. This morning, Jamie sent me off to Tractor Supply for an early morning feed run.
Hold on. I asked you to swing by on your way home. I didn't make you get up and get out of bed sick and leave.
Well, I knew I had to be here by coffee time. And then there was things that had to be done like feed up. So we needed feed. And so on my way home, she wants me to swing by Tractor Supply. So fine, I do that. But the list that she sent me with was way too much for my truck to carry. So when I get 12 bags of pine shavings to clean out the barn today, we're going to smuck the barns, 12 bags of pine shavings, and that filled the back of my truck up. So where does one stick all of the actual feed? I can't put it on the inside because I have things in there. So I have to kind of like start stuffing feed between the last pine shaving and the tailgate of the truck. And I'm stuffing bags of feed in there. Not only horse feed, but cow feed and mealworms, ostrich food. And then as I get to the truck, I put on my YouTube like I normally do, and I put it in the cup holder. You know how the cup holder will amplify the sound? You know about that?
Yeah.
So I don't really have to watch it. I can put it in my cup holder and just drive and let it play, and I can listen to whatever channel I'm watching. And I'll look down on occasion. But I guess in all of that, and the fact that I'm not feeling well, my tailgate popped down. The tailgate wasn't latched all the way. It didn't lock right. So it pops down. So it wasn't until I get home and I back up. Well, I start to back up into the garage to unload. And I notice that my camera, the backup camera, is facing the dirt. I'm like, why is my tailgate down? And then it struck me. Uh-oh. So I jump out of the truck and I run around to look, and I've lost half of the feed that I bought. I've lost some mealworms. I lost some horse feed. I lost some goat feed. And so there is somebody as of right now. Listen, I drove way too far to turn around and go back and look for it. And I knew you were all going to be waiting. So somebody has driven along, and on the side of the road, they found themselves a bag of horse feed, low starch. They found a bag of goat feed, which that could be wonderful for somebody. And they found 2 bags of mealworms. So that's probably $80 worth of feed that I lost that someone else is going to find today.
All I can say is that.
And then the cheapest thing in the truck, the darn bags of $5 bags of pine shavings are all still intact. They didn't budge. They did not budge. So, gosh darn it, I'm such a, you know,
paying a blessing forward that you didn't even know that
paying a blessing. Yeah, Merry Christmas to whoever comes across that stash. I hope that they can. Well, chickens can eat mealworms.
I just don't know how you didn't know.
Because I couldn't hear because I was playing the YouTube channel too loud.
Were you watching Uncle Dan's video? Because
about the
a lot of people
horse?
are talking about Buffy, right? It's Buffy.
Buffy, sick. Yeah, Buffy's not feeling well. I did not watch it. I only saw the thumbnail.
If you've watched it, tell us in the comments what is wrong with Buffy.
Yeah, what's wrong with Uncle Dan's horse, everybody?
Because I haven't had time to watch that either. Shit fired, save the matches. Is that what you said whenever the tailgate fell down? Or did you say worser things?
I'm not going to say anything else to get me in more hot water with Facebook. But I don't know what's wrong with Buffy, but I did see Dan's
strangles. Oh no.
What's strangles?
It's kind of like strep throat for horses.
Oh no.
Poor baby.
I've never heard of that. The strangles.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
That's really tough.
In case y'all hear a bunch of movement up in the loft here above us, we're having our furnace worked on again. You want to talk about that? That's more you than me. We've had our fair share of, I think that Mr. Dub, who's a wonderful fella, and Miss Sharon, the former owners, did a lot of things on their own when they fixed up the house here, the shop. And you can tell they use, so Mr. Dub, his profession was, what do you call that? HVAC. Mm-hmm. So he used bits and pieces of all kinds of stuff. He never really went off and did anything, an actual set. He bits and pieces things together, so which is wonderful.
We have like part commercial, part residential pieces.
Part commercial, part residential, just all kinds of stuff. And so whenever something goes wrong or goes out and you call someone out to look for it, because neither one of us have knowledge of things like that, most people will not guarantee or warranty anything that's just all been kind of like rigged together. And so we've just had so many issues with electrical and things.
They're working on it. We thought the thermostat was the issue last week. It's not that. There's other things in there, like things that I live in an old house. The house that I own in Illinois was an old home. So I had a furnace. I understood the blower. I understood the switch and like the compressor and all of those things. So there's something here that has like a UV light on it that like, and all kinds of stuff that I'm like, I don't know. This is beyond YouTube. So we called the HVAC guys.
So they're here and they're working, and you may hear their footsteps.
Luis says, so in other words, it's marrowed. It's actually, I love you as I say this. I love you. It is a step up above marrowed. It's above that. It's just
they didn't just use hay string to fix their
there's
problems.
More than hay string and duct tape on this one, and there's no wires that are laying across the floor or anything like that. But I love marrowed things.
Well, here's the thing. If I was to go up there and fix something and then it goes out, I will know my own workmanship, right? To know what needs to be redone. But because it was done by somebody else in his own marrowed way, I don't understand the concepts behind that. So that's
HVAC and electric is too scary for us. That's beyond us. So we called in the pros and they're working on it.
Yeah. Guys, you don't have to tell us all about Dan's horse and his symptoms, but if you want to share information, share it with Uncle Dan by all means.
No, I think people were asking what it was. They never heard of it before. Never heard of strangles.
Well, what people are doing in the comments, and of course, we're on every channel, so we have them all pulled together. But there are some folks who are going to Google, copying and pasting, and sticking the entire Google thing right here in our comments. That's just not.
It's my fault for asking about somebody else's animal. Sorry.
No, all we wanted to know was what was wrong. So it's okay to ask questions.
It's a lot of people. I'm just going to talk about it because it's a big deal. It's a very contagious upper respiratory / it's a streptococcal, which is a bacteria infection that happens in horses. It makes their necks swell, like what happens when we get strep throat. If you've ever had strep throat, you think about your tonsils swelling and pus nodules and things like that, or runny nose, and you just feel terrible. That's what happens to horses. It's very dangerous to horses because
I will refill these coffees
of the way that they breathe. So hopefully If you want to learn more, go to Uncle Dan's video and hopefully they'll be able to figure it all out. It is contagious, but I'm sure that they know that. Please keep in mind that Dan and Lester and Kim and Pawpaw have had horses their whole lives, and that Bree is a vet tech and also is very educated on horses. Jake just took his horse to get better from, I think, pneumonia. So everybody out there has the best interest for their horses. I promise you that nobody's going to let anybody just suffer it out.
There you go, Lady Jamie.
All right. Cup number 2. These are probably normal size coffee cups. After drinking out of that Santa head this week, which was essentially an entire pot of coffee, these feel like taking shots.
They're pretty small. We'll probably end up drinking 3 of these before it's over and done with.
I'm okay with a 3-cup day. I'm never sad about a 3-cup day. So I want to talk about your sickness that you don't have.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have a fever?
I have no fever.
And
no chills.
Tell me your symptoms.
So by day, I'm fine. By day, I am fine. I don't feel anything. I have no symptoms whatsoever by day. But towards the evening, I start feeling a little bit like I feel tired, obviously. I've been going to bed by 8 or 9 o'clock every night. And then I feel congested, head, all in my head. It
doesn't feel like it's here.
No. Nothing in my chest.
Do you feel like you have a really big head?
No, I mean,
it's just tight.
Yeah. But like, here's the thing. It's daytime now and it has been going away by day every day. So I'm fine.
Okay. Just asking for future reference.
It's just head. I would define it as what they call a head cold, like in my head.
Okay.
Sniffly.
So no shortness of breath.
Sneezing. Coffee.
Not like when we had COVID and we couldn't breathe by the time we walked to the shop.
No, I don't even say that I'm sick. And I've told people
you said that you're not sick.
Well, here's the thing. I've seen sick and I felt sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know folks who are sick. And if you use that word too loosely, then it takes a whole lot out of the word.
Yeah.
So I will save the word I'm sick, y'all. I'm sick until I really don't feel good. And right now I'm fine. I would agree with
you that this is not the worst that I've ever seen him.
Oh, yeah. I'm able to function. I'm doing all the chores. I'm doing all the back and forth driving. I'm doing all that has to be done. But
he even took me to dinner last night.
We went to go eat. And no, I'm fine. But
did you ever confess about the Longhorn on the wall, who we thought it looked like? Did you ever reveal?
Well, I only played that on Facebook, so YouTube would have no idea.
Whoops.
But it's okay. Yesterday, what I did was, here's the thing. This is the craziest thing about it. And I'll go ahead and just tell you guys. I know that probably YouTube is saying, wait a minute, why are you still using Facebook? I'm just trying to give those sweet people something. Just give them something to hold them on, to hold out hope until all is restored. So I still do anything I can find to put on Facebook, I'll still stick it on there. And yesterday, Jamie and I were out eating, and there was a Longhorn head, like, not amputated. What do they call it? Stuffed.
Yeah.
It's not stuffed. What do they call that?
Taxidermy.
A taxidermied head. Taxidermied head of a Longhorn. And
A mounted.
Yes. Thank you. The color resemblance looked a whole lot like one of our sweet girls now. And I asked that as kind of a question of the day, just kind of a fun way to have people interact and engage with the video. And I think that people were really, really good. They went back and forth between Ruby, which I think, and you think, it looked a whole lot like Ruby Sue. And then, of course, maybe a little bit kind of the color of Reba. But I think
it was the eyes. It was the eyes that made it for me look like Ruby. She has a light marking around both eyes, which is unique to her.
Yes.
So as sad as it was to be like, that looks like Ruby mounted on the wall, but it looked like Ruby.
Is Ruby's nose is lighter with that little freckle right in the middle of her nose.
I love her little freckle.
Yeah, Ruby Sue. She's wonderful. No, we went to eat and we picked up my suit. We had to go pick up my suit. It's all ready. I have it here, all ready to go. All we have to do at some point is get my shirts out of the wrapper and get them all ironed up.
I'll do that tomorrow
and
morning.
We'll be good to go.
I don't want to take anything out of plastic today for fear of animal hair.
No, we don't want animal hair.
I will actually keep your suit in my car. By the way, was the back of my car still open out there?
I put it in the closet.
Okay, never mind. It's not going to stay in the car. But is my car still open out there?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I didn't lock it.
No. The back was wide open.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. Then I did close it. Great news. I unloaded some of the drinks that we bought last night. Drinks like water, not like alcoholic drinks. Don't be going down that path. I bought some more Coke Zero and I bought some Propel for Lester and water. And it's funny to me because I'm looking in our fridge and like thinking about how simplified our lives are certain times of the year. Because if there's a party coming or if Lex is going to be here in the summer, the variety of things in our fridge fluctuate. I'm sure it happens for you too. But on a normal, like what we drink, of course I have Diet Ski, which is like, I hold that as like the highest, like special treat, but bottles of water, Propel for him, and Coke Zero. And I realized today that if someone came over, I wouldn't even be able to offer them like a regular Coke or anything like that. What are you giggling about?
Read this comment from Richard. You're a hypochondriac psychopath who needs to get off social media and take Super Cow with you. Thank you, Super Pig.
Who's Super Cow?
Go to heaven. Babe, listen to me. If it's not more obvious from the last couple of weeks that there's some real weirdos on social media.
Don't say weirdos. There's just people. They're just different people.
Well,
he said go to heaven, not hell.
He did say go to heaven.
I've never heard anybody say that. I think I'm going to start
I have just now sent him to the sweet social media by and by. He has gone off to the sweet by and by. Thank you, Mr. Richard, and I hope you enjoy yourself at the social media sweet by and by. You can only laugh.
Hypochondriac.
You are a psychopath. What is it? That's a
but here's
hypochondriac.
the thing. Did he mean me or you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway.
But listen, we have.
It's probably the same person that followed me home the other night.
We have so many. So this is what I have to remind myself of. There are 99% of the folks on here who are just the most wonderful and amazing people of all time. They're not the ones that continually call me, or text, or what's up, WhatsApp, or all of those things. They're just the ones who enjoy a channel for what it's worth. They realize that, you know what, if I don't really like the video, I'm just not going to watch it. If I don't agree with the video, I'm going to choose not to watch it. If I don't have time today, I just won't watch it. And I'll come back up later on. They're not the 1% that do all of those things I just joked about. So thank you to the 99%ers out there.
So something that I told Lester last night that I don't know I've ever admitted to anybody else is
what?
That
I'm forgetting this.
Well, I was telling you about Ruby Sue and where her name came from.
Oh yeah, I didn't know this. I'm like, why did you name her Ruby Sue?
Because it came from Christmas Vacation, and a movie he's never even watched. He is like, when I talk in Christmas Vacation, he's like, what are you talking about? Ruby Sue was Clark's niece who got kicked in the face by a donkey or a mule. I can't remember which one. And she fell in a well and her eyes went crossed and uncrossed. And that when we named Ruby, her first name was Ruby because she was red and because her mama's name was Pearl. So we just went with the stone. But Ruby Sue came out later because of her just goofy personality, and it came from Christmas Vacation. You didn't know that? I
did not know that. I had no idea. I was going to show you what I did last night. This is my phone now. Can you see all that I deleted off of here?
Yeah.
Jamie and I were talking about all of the riffraff and all of the things that stress me. And so last night I went by and I am no longer a member of the WhatsApp community. I am no longer a member of the Facebook Messenger community. I am no longer a member of the TikTok community. I have streamlined and removed every form of communication that was not productive to my life. If it was not productive, then I removed it. Now, to each his own. I'm not telling you what to go remove, but I found more drama and more, it was not productive for me. So as me, knowing that it's been quite stressful with all of the things, I removed a whole lot of ways where I was finding myself getting lost in I just call it riffraff. I don't know really where riffraff came from, but if I get lost in things and it was not productive or positive, it was just way too much. Now, the only thing is I would love to get rid of my email, but I have a smarter way for doing that. And I'm going to tell y'all a secret of mine. Jamie hates this about me, but this is what I do with email.
You talk and I'm going to say what the first problem with is, and it's a real life problem today. So go on.
Okay. So I learned this after Hurricane Harvey. Back when I was teaching school, there were some people around the workplace who were understanding of what it feels like to lose and to lose a lot and how overwhelming that could be. And that was me coming back to work 2 weeks after the hurricane flood, where everyone knows the story, and I had nothing. And however, I had one particular boss, an assistant principal, who was over my department, who did not understand that this is a guy who's barely making it to work every day. Cut him some slack. She didn't understand that. So when I get back to work, where is your this? Where is your this? Why didn't you do this? How come you have not changed out your bulletin boards? Mr. Marr, you're behind on this. I mean, every single day she was finding a new way to come at me. And if the stress of going home to not even a home, to a shell was not hard enough, and then having, all of the things that goes along with not having your clothes or your nothing. And so I'm just getting myself so stressed out. So a friend at my workplace says, hey, you know what I do whenever I'm stressed out? I'm like, what? He goes, let me show you. So he goes to my computer, he sits down, he asks for my password, I type it in, he goes to my email, and he goes to select all. Didn't read a darn email. There's a whole list of emails there. He went select all and delete. He goes, if they really need you, they'll come find you. Do not let this email stress you out. Do not sit here and let this email stress you out, because if they really need something, let her come find you and ask you for it. And so what I did was every single morning I get to my computer, I would sit down, type in my password.
Do not take advice from Lester.
Go to my email, hit select all, delete, and there were no emails.
You notice who no longer is employed as well. So please do not take workplace advice from Lester Morrow.
But get this. If my boss or hold on, I don't want to confuse everybody. Dr. Sanford was great. She understood my situation but it was the assistant principals who do not. And they're a bunch of pencil pushers, right? And so I would just go to my computer, select all, delete, and all of that stress was removed. On occasion, every once in a while, there'd be a knock on my door.
In your personal world, by all means, do not take workplace advice.
Well, what I'm saying is, for all of the folks who keep trying to demand that I do this or do that or do this or do that with the horse or with the pigs or with the this or the that or whatever.
Oh, it was definitely stressing Lester out.
Yes. So now, my friends, select all, delete.
He needs a break right now.
Don't take offense.
He needs a break.
Don't take offense, but I'm not reading anything. I am not reading anything. I
can attest to his
break here.
I can attest to his not reading anything, because as he's making this motion,
now they're gonna all email Jamie. Well, then go ahead. Don't email me, because I'm not reading anything.
In Lester's attempt to de-stress his life, which he needed to do it because he gets very lost in it, and he's a people pleaser. I asked yesterday, like, hey, have you seen the email come across yet for the PIN number for the plate expiration on the truck? He's like, No, haven't seen it. I'm like, really? Are you sure? Because it says it was emailed on this day. He goes, I deleted that.
Yeah, hey, if they need me, they'll come find me.
I need it.
I know. I'm playing.
So the worst part is that I register it based on like whose vehicle it is and whatnot. So anything that went to Lester is now gone forever. So
you want to hear how horrible it is, though? Get this.
Oh my God, what?
I'm trying to find it. I will not say the name because I don't want to embarrass anybody. But a couple of days ago, I get a text from Jason over at Cog Hill. And all it was a screenshot of one of his emails that says, Jason, please pass this on to Lester. And literally this person, this is that 1%ers. This person emailed Jason of just what I need to do to fix my mud issues because I was not listening to anybody. So Jason sends me that with the little eye roll. Guys, y'all don't. I know that you mean well, but life is just way too busy with everything going on for us to. So I've just said, I'm gonna just remove myself from everything. I will continue.
The break. He does need the break. Like, I'll be honest with you, his phone goes off like thousands of times a day.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do
distracting.
So this is what we were advised to do a long time ago from our consultant, is share our world with the videos or the lives through the social media, but we do not have to share our lives in any other kinds of way. And so for now, I just need a little bit of a break, friends, a little bit of a break. So I will continue to make my videos and do my lives and share whatever I can, but I will share on my time. And I'm not trying to be like a poor me. But, and we're working on changing my phone number. So.
It's overwhelming, y'all. And this is not about one individual person. It's overwhelming. We can't, and we're both people pleasers in the aspect of we want to be responsive to people and we want to communicate. We don't want anybody to feel like that they're left out or things like that. And in a social media space, it's very easy to talk to people and to be able to do that. But when people start messaging you and it's overwhelming and you don't have the time to respond back, and then their feelings are hurt because you didn't respond back, like, it's hard. It's really hard. And I'll even say this, for me, I don't always have time to respond to everything. I may read it, but I don't always have time to respond. And a lot of times people will start to get angry because I'm not responding. And then they'll message and say, how dare you pick one person to do this for or do that for, which is why I stopped opening packages as well, because I don't have time to open every package on a video. I did mine this morning at 6 a.m. I opened packages outside at 6 a.m. in the dark and in the rain. And the last thing that I was doing during that time was making a video. So it is not personal. I'm not trying to be mean or sound ungrateful or anything like that. But I'm doing preservation a little bit here for my own sanity as well. And I'm sorry that that's my boundary. And I'm sorry. I
love the gifts and goodies, but what here's what I like. I love when people send stuff to the animals. I feel a little bit weird, like kind of awkward when things are sent to me. I understand kind of a gaggy type gift, like gaggy, you know what I mean? Like a jokey kind of a thing, but I just don't feel comfortable accepting gifts. I'm not a really good receiver of gifts. We're both horrible at
receiving gifts.
I know.
Even from each other.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, even from each other, we're really both terrible. We love to give. We are gifting people. But when it comes to receipt of gifts, like even the simplest, smallest things, we suck at it. We're terrible at it.
I know. But we're trying. So we're going to continue to share the animals and share the blessings of all the babies.
Yeah, nothing's going to change in our videos or anything like that.
Just if you notice that I'm not replying to messages, it's because I've deleted all of that stuff. I've just deleted all that stuff, and I will be changing my phone number. And I talked about this already, that I shared so much information on Facebook because I was trying to find myself back into their good graces. And all I did was open myself up to way more email and messages than what a person, we don't have social media managers. I take like that lady that you like to watch, that Katie Van, whatever, who she has people who follow her around all day and manage all of her social media. So that's why you see all of these posts. And I'm sure if you see people who are reading messages and replying, she has people she pays to do all of that stuff for. We're just real people, y'all. We're real people. Jamie has a real 9-to-5 job that works her a lot more than 9 to 5. She's working a lot earlier than 9, and she works a lot later than 9. So we're not like those kind of folks who have social media people. It's like the Asher House. The dude has an entire team that follows him around and videos him all day, every day. And they do all of his social media. I don't know how much he pays them. I have no idea. We're not doing that, y'all. We're real. I am as close to you as you are to me as far as realness. We don't live off in some fancy mansion. We don't bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're just guys and girls that like to make videos of our babies and share them. Makes a living.
We're the ranch hand.
I'm the guy that goes to Tractor Supply. I'm the guy that mows the yard. I'm the guy now I will pay little Chris to weed eat. I will pay for a weed eater. Don't get me wrong. I will find a way to pay for Ben to wash my truck because I cannot. My shoulder, I'm sorry. My shoulder does not allow me to wash my own truck. And that's sad. I can wash it with this hand. I can wax on, but I cannot wax off, Jamie. Sorry. I cannot wax off. That sounds horrible.
We're not putting anybody down that has the social
no, by
media
all
help.
means. If y'all want
what a blessing to them that they have that. We are just saying that we don't have it. And that's another weird thing is I feel like when I make videos, I'm talking to you.
We always say, hey, y'all, hey, guys, hey.
And if somebody else was following me around with a camera, no matter who it is, it would be different. It would feel different. Yeah. And even when we video each other, it feels different. So more power to the people that can do that. Like they're talented and skilled in ways that we are not.
Which is why they probably can afford folks to do stuff for them.
You get somewhat of a real day in the life of if you were standing next to us, basically.
Yeah. So well, that's how we want it to be. Yeah. I want it to be where you guys feel a connection of realness, and we're not having someone else put things out for you, whatever they there was a company a while back. You remember this? I forgot the name of that group that wanted to buy my channel.
Jelly Smack.
Now get this. They were going to give me a dollar amount for my channel. So I had to make videos, but my videos were uploaded to them.
All of it raw and uncut.
They just wanted my videos. And then what they would do is take my content and they would create and they would push out to all of the platforms what they wanted, but they would get all the revenue from what they could earn. And I thought to myself, I know people that do that, Goldshaw Farms. There's a lot of people that do that out in the community. What are you laughing about, Jamie? Tell me, I want to find it. Hurry.
Lester needs a t-shirt that says, I cannot wax off.
I cannot wax off, y'all. I'm sorry. I can wax on easy enough, but I cannot wax off. Okay. Y'all are bad. Why are y'all so bad?
I'm so sorry that I caught it and I ruined the moment. I'm so sorry. That's horrible.
Hey.
The worst part is I didn't even hear you say it here. And then I read it and then I remembered that you said it.
Well, it's true. If you revert to the Karate Kid, I can wax on. My wax on game is on point. I can wax on. But I am so sorry. I am not able to wax off. Okay. It ain't going to happen.
We just got kicked off of Facebook again.
Facebook is so done with me. But no, Jelly Smack had a nice offer, but I'm like, wait, that's just going to take all of the me out of it because I have no say so.
Well, I have no say so. That the mainstream media can manipulate what people say. It's the same thing. You can take things of context, like Lester just horrifically spilled out of his face right there, and change and pick other certain pieces of his context and change everything into a negative space. And we did not want to give the creative license to anybody else.
No, I know that was my whole thing. If you know what, I will live by the sword and I'll die by the sword, if you will. I know that I know that we have our ups and downs, but I think that you guys do too. And I think that you can understand and appreciate folks that have good days and bad days, and you have moments. And so I kind of like doing what I do. I like the fact that I make videos and I can do my own editing, my own uploading. Takes a lot of time, a whole lot of time. But no, that's just kind of the way it is. So I'm not going to let someone else take over. If you guys ever notice a video that may have, let's just say 100,000 views, but only 40 comments, those are the product of a third party like a Jelly Smack or someone else doing their content for them. What they'll do is take that video and they'll put it to all these different places, all these different platforms, the Snapchats, the TikToks, the overseas Facebooks, everywhere. And so that video will be getting all of those views, but not getting people to engage. And we love engagement. That's our key. We love engagement, which means if you're watching this video now and you're enjoying it, hit that like button. Make a comment. Engage with us.
Engagement to me, I'll say to me, I don't know about to you.
Yeah.
Feels like that when I'm talking to you, that you're talking back. Because obviously this isn't FaceTime and I can't see how you're reacting, or it's not a Zoom meeting and I can't watch the faces. Like that, for me, in a setting of conversation, talking to y'all, if you react to it and if you make a comment, that is me. Like,
you're 2 cups down already.
That feels like that you're talking back, and I need that. Like for me, that's like how that's how I unwind later. I read a few things here or there, and I'll interact in my downtime, which isn't much, but I will, I promise you. In fact, I was doing so at about 6 a.m. this morning before I went out and opened packages, but it gives me guidance on what to do next. Like, do you want to talk about whatever it is that I just talked about, or did you hate it? Did you, all of those things.
So you were dilly-daddling on your phone?
So when I woke up this morning, at first I let out the dogs, and then
Can you just say that you went back to bed to dilly-daddle?
I did dilly-dally. Dilly what?
Dilly-daddle. You went back to bed to dilly-daddle.
I don't think dilly-daddle is the word.
No, that's the word, Jamie.
Is it dilly-daddle?
Dilly-daddle. Everyone knows that word.
Dilly-daddle?
I was trying to make you in a vulnerable place with your word choices as well.
I skipped over it. No, I went back.
Michelle says that sounds dirty, Lester.
Dilly-dally. Thank you. It's dilly-dally.
Oh, dilly-dally?
Yeah.
Oh, boring.
Thank you. That's what I said. I'm like, dilly-daddle. I've never heard of dilly-daddle. I've heard of dilly-dally.
Dilly-dally. Dilly-dally. Well.
Anyway, yeah, I took a few minutes to be able to look at. Of course, I posted something pretty vulnerable, and I don't know if my grandma's watching the live this morning, but my grandma's video of her playing piano is on both Facebook and YouTube. I did not ask for permission to do that.
And she's playing from memory. She's not played in years.
Yeah, and she never was a musician. She didn't read music. That's all by ear and just like playing, like for fun. And to see her stroll by a piano and just decide that she's going to try to remember how to play and could just pull it out. She's 91 years old. It made me cry, first of all. And I just get emotional because I miss her, obviously, but watching her and then sharing her with the world was like, that was a really big step, because I've shared a picture of my grandmother before, several pictures, and I'd share stories, but I haven't shared her. So sharing her, I read those comments this morning, which also made me cry. Guess I'm just a big old crybaby this week.
I want you all to read Kim's comment. Please look at your screen and read what Kim writes in all caps.
Lester, we're from Texas. That's the way we see it.
Say it.
Say it.
Okay, so thank you all for understanding that just like Yellowstone and Old Teeter, there's a certain way that people can pronunciate or say things based on where they're born and raised. We don't. I think that Kim and I would get along just fine because we would never be talking. And I bet you she's also
a lot of people say dill and daddle.
Good. Those folks are from Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, New Mexico. You can name them, y'all. The southern states have our own way. Mississippi, we have our own way of doing things and saying things, okay? No one really cares, though, I don't think. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that for?
Say bed.
Huh?
Say bed.
Bed.
There are 2 syllables in your bed. That's all I'm gonna
Tennessee
say.
says dilly doodle. There you go, Tennessee. That's what I'm talking about. Kentucky, thank you. Dilly doodle. And then Darcy goes, you know what? I live for Lesterisms. Thank you, Darcy.
I'm going to create a book of Lesterisms.
A book of Lesterisms.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So we say lollygagging as well, Andy. I actually didn't say dilly-dally until I started to travel and heard someone else say that. We say lollygagging. Also something. So
it's a Southern thing. Everyone from the South knows.
You know how you say like you're out running the roads? Like whenever I'm shopping?
Yeah.
So my family would always say you'd be out bumming.
Be out bumming?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard that one.
Yeah. So because like whenever like yesterday we were out running the roads. What we were doing is going to pick up
Jamie's out running the roads.
We were out getting his suit. We went to dinner and I went to the bookstore last night. All of it together, like the actual event.
Gallivanting. That sounds horrible. Gallivanting is a nasty thing, right? You're out gallivanting, meaning you're out.
No, gallivanting around is like just out exploring, out doing.
Oh.
So we say that as well. Bumming around.
Lollygagging,
gallivanting. Yeah.
Huh. Well, you guys are something. We're getting all kinds of knowledge today from all over the darn place.
Well, you're going to be out running the roads today.
Oh, today I pick up Lex and LE, maybe Connor. We're going to go eat, hang out for a little bit, do our Saturday thing. Don't worry. I was at the JL North this morning. Everyone's fed up and doing fine. And I will be going to Plum Grove to get the kids. I still call Ellie a kid, y'all. He's still a kid to me, which is crazy that tomorrow is his wedding. Golly gee. I'm so excited for them.
It's going to be a good day.
Yeah. And it's going to be a long day. So you guys should be prepared that it's very likely that we may not be able to go live tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going to try, even if it's from the truck. But just know that we have to make the wedding our priority.
I think it'll depend on what time you actually leave to bring Lex home.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Well, Lex has to go home to his mom because he has school the next day. Can I talk about Lex and why he will not stay with me overnight? I think I may have already mentioned this in a video, but I don't have the right hair care products. He's at the age now where he has to do all of these things with his hair.
I even offered, like, we can go buy you the same exact thing. He goes, I can't take the risk.
He cannot. He will not take the risk. He's at that age where he likes his hair to be a certain look. And I don't know that look, but
both of us were like,
really? Okay. Your hair has a look? No, but he has his mom.
Does your hair have a look? When you were that age, were you into your
hair?
Oh,
absolutely. Yes. So I know that this is a kind of a joke to people. There's actually something called hair wax. There's hair wax. Yeah. And I used hair wax and on my head. So what I would do is I would comb all of my hair forward. Then I would wax the front up like this. That was a style that I used. Now, don't forget that I also had that long hair in the back and it had curls over here. What do they call that? People, mullets. They call it a mullet cut. So I think it was more of a Vanilla Ice kind of a look that I was going with. Maybe more than a Billy Ray Cyrus. But hey, to each his own. But no, I had hair wax that I would use, and you could not find it anywhere. So I had to make sure I always had my little, it came in a tin can. Do you know that?
Yeah, it was called Bedhead.
Well, it came in a tin can.
No, the brand of it that I knew of was called Bedhead.
Bedhead. I don't know. So,
So they make other kinds. And the only reason I know this, well, number one, I had brothers, and of course I had boyfriends, but I had a haircut once that was short in the front, like short in the back, and it spiked up and used wax to make your hair stand straight out.
Really?
And it like came over the front. Yeah, it was horrible.
Oh, the bad thing
It'll
about
never happen
wax
again.
Is if you get it messed up, it turns flaky. So all of a sudden you have flakes all over your shirt.
So my wax was like legit wax and stayed waxy the whole time. So even if it like fell because it got wet, you could take your hands in and do this and it would stand straight back out.
No, but Lex has this routine that he does that he will not change. He likes to have a shower. He likes to get out and do certain things with his hair. And so he's like adamant, y'all. And that's kind of sad for me because a lot of our enjoyment over the last several years has been our Thursday night hangouts and us going to either one of the motel room and having guy time, throwing football in the parking lot, kicking soccer balls around, and then of course playing Xbox. And we still got a lot of quality time in during our Thursday night sleepovers. But now that he's all about having to have his hair a certain way,
well, he's got a girlfriend.
He has a girlfriend. He wants to wake up and do all those things at his mom's house. So same thing happened to Ellie. I think Ellie was a little bit older when he made that. But, here's the way I am. I don't know how you guys are, but if you have a divorced household, I like it to where the kids can make decisions when they're old enough to know why they're deciding what they want to do. Not just because dad lets me stay up late, mom makes me go to bed early. Not like that. I mean, we have to be responsible, but I want the kids to be able to decide where they're going to be, when they're going to be, and why. Even though the court may decree this or decree that, Maria and Alma a lot more than Maria, was very flexible. Very flexible.
I was always flexible with Reese too.
Yes.
Like, to be honest with you, like, it was what was best for Xander. And there's a lot more family than just me or my family. So it was, if his other cousins were going to be around, obviously that was a big deal because they lived out of state, or, we never went by paperwork. Never.
Yeah. No, I think it really shows, I don't know what you would call it, but parenting has to continue after a divorce. If a family was to break apart, you still have to parent. But if you can truly co-parent, doing what's best for the child, and it's not always like, at first, it's not like that. Anyone who's going through a divorce knows at first there's a lot of animosity, maybe even hate. And a lot of times people use the child against each other, which is unfortunate, but it does happen. But you got to get to a point to where you think, you know what, the most important thing to me is that Lex or Ellie is happy. And whatever they need, I'll do whatever I can to make sure they're happy, even if it comes at the expense of losing time.
Yeah.
And it may hurt me to know, darn, it's my Thursday and he doesn't want to be here. He didn't want to do our football in the parking lot. He don't want to do our, whatever.
Apparently your shoulder's affecting your throws and you're not good enough anymore. That's probably the root. No, I'm kidding.
Here's the beauty of it, though. It's like, I think that everybody knows that when your kids get to a certain age, you may become pretty distant from them. I don't know about you and Xander, but from the time Ellie was probably 16, 17, 18, maybe even 19, there were some years where there was more distance. Yes.
And I felt like I just wasn't cool. Like, I was still obviously part of everything, but it was like I just became uncool, I guess.
Yeah.
Like wanted his independence and to show his thing, and sometimes that hurt my feelings a little bit, but I also pretty sure that I did that from like 10 to 20. So
I know we all did it. But the beauty of it is that at some point they come back.
They do.
They come back. So if you instill enough love and respect when they're young, even though they're going to have those few years of distance, you just hold on and let them know that you're there if they need you. And you're always there if they need you. And then you just cross your fingers and say, you pray to God that one day will come back. And so it's beautiful now seeing that Ellie has come back home, really, if you think about it. He lived in Plum Grove for about half of his life. And then the other half, he moved with his mom where they lived there. But here he is now for the last 3 or 4 years living back in Plum Grove again. And I just could not be happier. And so, Lex is getting to that age now where he's going to start showing some little bit of separation. Dad's
but it's not
cool.
like it. Here's the way I take it, though. It's not like they're choosing the other parent.
No.
They're choosing friends and independence and things like that, which is hard to like swallow, right? But is also like this bittersweet moment of like, you see them making their way. And I don't mean like getting a job or things like that. I mean like figuring out who they are. And it's the beginning of like, of learning other people and experiences. And Lex reminds me a lot of Xander, like a lot.
A whole lot. Something
especially
else
with his shoe addiction.
And then
my God,
something else about LE. This is funny, and Jamie can vouch for this. I can send LE 10 messages throughout the week. Hey son, what's going on with this? Hey son, blah blah blah. Things that are farm related or based upon something with the management of the farm. and I get no reply or a very delayed reply. But if I say, oh my God, did you see that tackle that just happened to whatever, within a second or so, there's a reply text, which means he's reading everything. He takes it where he takes his phone where he can turn it off to show that he's read it. So I never know if he read my message or not. But if you ask him something that he wants to talk about, it is immediate. If you ask him something he does not really feel like talking about right now, then that could go ignored for days. I'm the same way, and so are you. So I know this has been one of our biggest arguments.
It's not been one of our. It's not even an argument.
We seldom argue, seldom. But one of my biggest pet peeves is to know that she walks around with her phone in hand because she has to for work. And if I message her something, sometimes I may not get a reply right away.
Hold on. It's not something. If he messages me a reel, if he forwards me a reel.
Okay, I'm going to say this, okay? And y'all bear with me, okay? Jamie is the person that I like to share everything with, including my laughs, okay? If there's something that I see that I think is hilarious and funny, I'm like you. I want to share it with someone else who's going to get a laugh out of it. And it is very hurtful if I forward her a reel or a funny video, and I get nothing, crickets.
Hold on. He sends it while I'm working, and then I can't watch it. And then an hour or so later, when he sends a real text, I forget to go back and watch the video. And he's like, "Do you see that thing where they were doing this with the coffee mug or the football dance or anything like that?"
So then she goes, "No, I never saw it." And I'm like, "Give me your phone." And I'll scroll back, and there it is. And she never watched it. And I'm like, if you're not going to laugh about things that I laugh about, I'm like, who are you? Who are you for not laughing about that?
Oh, Facebook just kicked us off. No joke.
Facebook just kicked us off. No joke. Guys, it was bound to happen. Listen, I'm a Survivor Sanctuary on Facebook. We have no issues with, right? For the most part. So if you watch Facebook on I'm a Survivor, I don't think there's an issue.
No, there is. That's the one that deleted it like 2 weeks ago when we were talking about something.
Well, I just don't.
I feel like we're on hypersensitive, is what I'm saying.
Maybe.
When I talked about medicating you.
We are over our hour, so we do have to wrap this thing up. But no, we just mess with each other. But when I do send her a reel and I get no reply,
I try so hard to do it, and then
no one to laugh with. I have no one to laugh with. And,
some of us.
Hey, Rita, look at this, sweetie. Rita.
But now I started replying, and because I replied to that and then go on to what I was going to message him, he's like, "You didn't reply." I'm like, "I did reply," but he didn't read my reply because it was hours later. That's the real problem, is that if it's not in real time, it didn't happen for Lester. So we're working on our responses to reel sharing.
So I'm a Survivor on Facebook is still working.
Okay.
Then I guarantee you it's Longhorn Lester on Facebook that has kicked me, because
maybe
that is where. So if there's anyone watching on Longhorn Lester,
no, still on Longhorn Lester too.
Oh,
so maybe it's just one person then. Maybe just their Facebook quit. Okay.
Well, I'm on. I couldn't. It went by too fast. Well, I don't know.
Still here, but either way, we've gone over an hour.
We have.
I don't even know what we talked about for a full hour. To be honest, you let me be so dirty.
Thank y'all for watching. Thank you guys for being patient and for allowing us a little bit of a rant today, sharing a cup of coffee or 2 or 3 with us. We are very blessed to have you. Jamie's video about Roman and some things that Courtney revealed is going to be out on Monday, you think?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited about that. And then Roman's doing wonderful. We discovered a lot of things about him, which we already talked about several times, but good, bad, and ugly, which is sad, some of it. But thank y'all for giving us the grace of having a couple of days to make sure that we talk with and spend time with our family, especially those who are going to be married this weekend. I'm excited about it. We will absolutely continue to share pictures and videos of whatever we can, so you guys can kind of stay in the loop of how we look.
We will not be videoing the wedding. That is not our place to share anything. We will probably take pictures of ourselves and share what we look like, but we will not be. That is Megan and Ellie's story to share.
That is their story to share, and I don't think they want to have a lot of. I don't think
she said she doesn't want anybody to go live. She doesn't want anybody else to video it. She wants everybody to be present. So she
wants us all to be present and in the moment.
Yeah.
And good luck with my dad, because he's at the age where he does not really take no for an answer. So someone ever will say it's going to be Pawpaw. Yeah, I don't know if he'll do that or not. I don't know. That my dad does not. He has forgotten the rules of etiquette. He will record while we're eating. He'll have that camera in your face no matter what you're doing. And
we love Pawpaw.
We love him, but he's, you know what, though, when you get to a certain age, you stop listening to people and you do whatever the heck you want to do and when you want to do it.
He lives an unfiltered life.
He does. And I can't wait till I get there. But thank y'all for watching. We love you so much, and we're very blessed to have you. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will catch you guys on the next one. We're going to end this thing the same place we all started it. Right here. Look who got a brand new coffee maker, one that turns off on its own. And today we'll be enjoying our coffee from that coffee maker. Girls, we're going to stay inside the house today. It's wet, nasty outside, okay? I know you want to go out and do your thing, and you're welcome to go out there, but we're going to stay inside and have our coffee here, okay? Sweetie, get down. All right. Oh my goodness gracious. Lord Lester. Okay. And Lady Jamie. That looks good. That looks real good. All right, babe, we have people in the green room. It's almost time.